Recording in progress.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go into.
Morning. All right, so we are
Morning.
continuing on the topic of that of for sale by owners. I do, of course, as always, want to say thank you for those of you that are here on time. Let me do one quick minor adjustment. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. Those of you that are joining us on all the other platforms, of course, as always, I do encourage you to come join us over on Zoom. So I just want to take a minute to say welcome. Thank you for being here on time. And yeah, those of you that are on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of you guys, I am going to encourage you to come join us over here on Zoom. All right, so I'm pulling up my notes. While I'm doing that, if anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask away. And for those of you that are joining us on the other platforms, feel free to, of course, type those in. We'll get those questions addressed. Lizette is, of course, going to help me in regards to getting those questions asked. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and get those questions answered. So any questions that I can address right out the gate? Nope. Okay, awesome. That only says that I'm doing a great job. All right, let's pick up a little bit with where we left off. And with what we were talking about is creating a for sale by owner profile sheet. What is a for sale by owner profile sheet? Well, it's basically nothing more than being able to track the progress of your calls with the for sale by owners. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be in a position where you call the for sale by owner that one time. Okay, because again, just a little bit to repeat the mindset of that of a for sale by owner, that very first week, it's very common like, hey, Robert, look, I already know what I'm doing. That second week is, look, stop bothering me. You guys are like blowing up my phone. I need you guys to stop calling me. That third week, look, hey, I'm sure I got this, okay? If I need you, I'll call you. That fourth week is, hey, I think I got this. Of course, a little bit of that, what's it called? Doubt starts to creep in. That fifth week is, man, I hope I got this. That sixth week is, I don't know if I have this. That seventh week is, maybe I should start looking for a realtor. And that eighth week is, okay, I need to hire somebody. Who am I going to hire? Now, in that process, the reason I'm breaking it down that way is because a lot of times the mistake that 90% of realtors make is they call the for sale by owner that one time because they heard somebody say that there's a great opportunity with for sale by owners, and then that's it. And they call them on week one or week two when they're this, I already know what I'm doing. They have this uber confidence. So we want to be a little bit careful in regards to that. So what I'm talking about is creating a for sale by owner profile sheet. And that profile sheet is going to give you the opportunity to create a system. It's got to be systematic. Create a system that's going to allow you to call week after week after week after week after week after week. That's going to allow us the opportunity to build some of that rapport with them. On average, they're going to take about 6 to 8 weeks. Sorry for throwing up my gang signs. So anyways, yeah, it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for the average for sale by owner to come together. Okay. So we want to keep track of that. We go ahead and jump right in. And again, if you have any questions, I know go a little bit fast, but let me go ahead and share screen here real quick. All right. So here we go. Here's the profile sheet. And what you're going to want to do is that very first follow-up, week one follow-up, is you want to be able to have some version of a system. And in that system, you're going to want to have ideally a topic. And in that topic, the very first thing I do is I go into cross-qualification. Mr. and Mrs. for sale by owner, who's going to be doing the cross-qualification with you or for you, I mean. What do you mean? That's one of the many benefits of working with a professional realtor like myself. Every week I'm going to close. I'm going to close ABC, always be closing. Every single week we're going to be closing. That second week, they're still not ready. Well, technically the third week, but the second follow-up, I should say, is I'm going to talk a little bit about who you're going to be using for escrow. That third week is who you're going to be using for title. That fourth week, hey, are you aware of the 8% of the for sale by owners actually get sued for a lack of proper disclosure? So what we want to do is have a topic, and every week we're going to talk to them about a different topic. Organization, creating a system. I talked about creating a 3-ring binder. That 3-ring binder is going to have ideally at least 12 tabs. And in those tabs, each tab represents a week. Week 1, This is the follow-up. Week 2, this is the follow-up. Because every single last for sale by owner is going to be at a different stage. I go through and I call for sale by owner Lizette, and she's on the 2nd week of being on market. And then I go through and I call Craig, and he's on the 4th week of being on the market. Then I call Sarah, and she's on the 9th week. So I'm going to have different stepping stones with every single one of them. So that 3-ring binder is going to allow me the opportunity to move them from week 1 over to week 2, over to week 3, over to week 4. I'm checking them off. I already talked about that topic. I'm inputting the information as I'm gathering. Okay. Any questions that we have so far?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So with regards to the 3-ring binder, the 12 tabs is different than the 12 monthly tabs for the 3-ring binder.
That's a separate. Yeah, that's a separate system. What you're talking about, Craig, thank you for bringing that up. You're talking about the lead follow-up system. These are not leads. Okay, so that's the first thing. We're going to have 2 separate 3-ring binders.
Got it.
I know it's a little bit archaic. I know it's a little bit old school, but trust me, it works. The 3-ring binder that you're talking about, Craig, so that the audience understands, what do you mean 2 3-ring binders? The first one is a lead follow-up system, which we'll talk about at a later time, but there's going to be 2 sections in the lead follow-up 3-ring binder. That's going to have tabs 1 through 31. It's going to have a second section, January through December. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a completely different system. We'll talk about that on another day.
Right. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, what we're talking about today is tabs 1 through 12, because that's going to represent the week. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay. So in that's part of the things that I do to keep them simple. I know it sounds somewhat chaotic, but it is. It's very simple. It's very basic. All I do is just print out the sheet. I get the sheet. I call the for sale by owner. You already got it figured out. You're not interested. F off. Not a problem. Boom. I throw them into week 1's tab, and then I call them next week. Okay. Other questions?
Yes. Where can we get the profile sheet?
Just send me a DM. Just simply send me a DM. One of 2 things. You can go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram. I'll have my team send that over to you. Just simply put FSBO profile, and we'll get that over to you. Option number 2 is just send me a direct text message, and we'll make sure that we get that over to you. And again, my cell phone number is 951-232-5357, 951-232-5357. That's also the place you're going to inquire about coaching. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. And then, of course, Lizette, if you have any questions, feel free to, or any insights, feel free to just jump right on in.
No, it's not really. I mean, it's just more of a comment towards the system of what you've built, because it just brings it more organized. It's a more organized fashion of following up and actually having a plan to, these are the topics I'm going to talk to them about every call. So it does help put some structure to it. So I do like what you have there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It is a very simplistic version. Once you start to get used to it, the key is, of course, you have to have both of those systems right in front of you. Now, the one thing that I will say is, pretty sure I mentioned this last week, but let me just make sure that I do overemphasize, because I know some of you guys peek in and out of the system. We're going to want to do that follow-up on Tuesday. Let me go deeper on that. Now, why Tuesday? Because as I go through, and this is where I basically started early on, is, you know what, let me go ahead and do those follow-ups as my mentors have been talking to me about. You got to call them week after week after week, but I never asked, what day do I call them? What's the ideal day? So I just said, I'll call them on Monday. Monday sounds like a good day. Well, here's kind of the mindset, what ends up happening. For sale by owner, almost always think something magical is going to happen over the weekend. They get a showing on Friday or Saturday. That buyer that's not qualified comes, takes a look at the house, Mr. and Mrs. for sale by owner. We love your home. This is a great house. I'd love the opportunity to raise my family in this home. And yeah, we are interested. What I need to do is I need to talk to my lender to make sure that everything gets lined up. Well, Saturday comes, Sunday comes, and now the buyer is kind of going through the whole process of getting qualified. Well, we know out of 10 buyers, more than likely only 2 or 3 end up going through the entire process. However, the for sale by owners sitting there thinking, I have a buyer. This person is ready to go. Well, as that buyer is going through the process of getting qualified, comes to find out, oh my gosh, the payment's going to be $4,200 a month. Right now, my rent is only $1,700. No way am I going to pay $4,200. And I have to put $27,000 down. Oh my gosh, I have 10, but I don't have $27,000 down. However, that buyer going through that mindset, they don't tell that for sale by owner the information. They don't go through and express to them. All they do is tell the for sale by owner, we're still thinking about it. We're working with a lender. And the buyer's kind of like, man, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I make this thing happen? Well, all of a sudden, as that for sale by owner goes through and starts texting or calling that buyer, all of a sudden the buyer starts to disappear. And that's usually on Sunday and or Monday. And then the for sale buyer is like, hey, buyer, what's up? What's going on? How'd everything go with your lender? No response. Hey, buyer, this is Robert, the for sale by owner. Just wanted to check in. What's up? What's going on? Are we going to do this or are we not going to do this? Just give me a little bit of info. Anyways, just give me a call back when you get a chance. No response. Monday comes around. Goes through text. Hey, just wanted to follow up. Anything going on? No response. Call. Hey, just wanted to check in. I left you a voicemail yesterday. Hey, I just want to know what's happening. Are we doing this or are we not? Anyways, Monday comes and goes. Now, I found myself early on, I would call these for sale by owners on Monday, and what would Robert get? Lizette, hey, this is Robert, the realtor. Hey, just giving you a call. Just wanted to check in, see how the weekend went. Any bites? Oh, you got a buyer. Oh, okay. So they're in the process of getting qualified. They're interested, right? But deep down inside, Lizette, the homeowner, the for sale by owner, is sitting there saying, man, this dude hasn't responded to me out of the last 3 or 4 texts and the last 2 or 3 calls. But I'm under the impression, again, the for sale by owner, that I do have a secured buyer, when in reality, it isn't really a genuine buyer. And on Monday, that's all I would get. Hey, we got a buyer, continuing to move forward. So as I started to continue to go through this frustrated state of calling them on Mondays, I would at best get that response. So what I started to go through is I started to talk to, of course, my mentors, and my mentor started telling me, say, hey, yeah, Mondays is probably not the best day because exactly that. So why don't you try Tuesdays? Now, going back to the exact same thing, I want you to kind of go through this with me. So on Tuesday, they would have kind of like this hangover, meaning Monday follow up, text, call, text, call, text, call, nothing. Monday night they go to sleep. Tuesday morning they wake up and they're like, yeah, that buyer's not going to come through. So now Robert's calling on Tuesday and following up, and now I catch them on that rebound. So I found, me personally, this is a Robertism through my mentors, of course, is I noticed that Tuesday I would get a way different response. Tuesday I would get, well, we have a buyer, but they've kind of been MIA for the last day or two. I think I have a buyer, but I think they're in the process of working with a lender, and I haven't gotten quite the response that I'm wanting. So the follow-ups for me is I would encourage you, you're going to do them every Tuesday. Now, some of the strongest, some of my closest friends, they would follow up on Tuesdays, and they would also follow up on Thursdays and or Fridays. So they would follow on Tuesday, and then they would follow up on Thursday and or Friday. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you to be in a position where all you're doing is creating that system. Okay. So call them every Tuesday. For sure, like clockwork. And yes, I get it. I understand. I hear this all the time. But coach, there is no for sale by owners. I understand that. And you're probably right. Even in today's markets, you might get 1, 2, or maybe even 5 for sale by owners over the course of the entire week. But when you start to accumulate 10, 12 weeks worth of this, even at 2, that's a lot. Okay. That's 20 to 30 for sale by owners. Okay. Test me on this. Okay. The reason why I'm a millionaire coach, there's a reason why I make millionaires, is because I know the systems. I've been in the trenches just like you guys are. So I know exactly the approach and the way to attack this. All right, let's continue to move on. And unless of course we have any questions. So if we have any questions, feel free to jump in. We have the 3-ring binder system. We're calling them every single week. What I don't want you to do is just simply check in. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. For Sale by Owner, how are you doing? Great. Just wanted to see anything I could do for you? Nothing. What I want you to do is you need to be practicing the A, B, C's of selling. What are the A, B, C's of selling? Always be closing. Simple. You should know the answer to that. You're in sales. Every week we're going to be closing. We're going to be talking about them and their motivation. Them and their motivation. I do not want you talking about yourself. Don't talk about yourself. If you're on the phone with them for 5 minutes, maybe 30 seconds about yourself. If you're on the phone with them for 10 minutes, maybe 1 minute about yourself. But a lot of agents, what they do is they go into it. Again, trust me, I have a resume. They don't care. They have no clue the difference between somebody who sells 5 homes a year or somebody who sells 155 homes a year. They don't know the difference. So who cares if I'm the number one, whatever? Who cares how many homes I've sold, if ever? Talk about them, their motivation. And remember, it's always going to start with who, what, when, where, why. Keep the conversation on them. What is it you're wanting to accomplish? Where is it that you're going? What's the benefit of making this move? How is this going to impact you and your family? Who's most excited about making this move? Who, what, when, where, why, how, and of course, always the ifs. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. I do want to get some role play in. I'm going to go ahead and get off my soapbox because this is important that we do get some role play in. So let's get some participation. I'm going to share script here. And all right. So we do need participation. Who's going to be that person that's going to go? You're going to be the agent. And again, we're going to make this really simple, really basic. Come on, participation.
I will.
All right, Deborah, thank you so much. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you go. And then Lizette, can you be the for sale by owner?
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Ring, ring. Oh, am I
Hello?
knocking on the door? I'm knocking on the door. Huh? Am I knocking or I'm calling?
Have you call?
I'm calling. Okay, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Lizette.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Deborah Patton. I'm a local realtor with Intero, and I'm calling about the home for sale. You
Okay.
you are the owner, correct?
I am.
Great, great. I help a lot of sellers in the area, and I was wondering, when you sell your home, where are you going next?
Oh, okay. Well, we're actually just getting a newer home.
Oh, so you're purchasing a new home.
Let's
Right.
stop right there, Deborah. More energy. Let's start from the top.
Well, that wasn't a lot.
I want you to have some version of excitement, not cheesy, but just some
Okay.
energy is what I want to hear. So let's start from the top. And here we go. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Lizette.
Yeah.
Hi, Lizette. This is Deborah Patton with Intero, and I'm calling about the home for sale. You are the owner, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. But Lizette, I help a lot of sellers in the area, and I was wondering, when your home sells, where are you going next?
Oh, we're just getting our new home.
You're purchasing a new home. How exciting!
Mm-hmm.
Where are you purchasing? What community?
Actually, it's across town, so on the northwest side.
Oh, Northwest Side. Okay, right. Now, how soon is when is your home going to be built?
Well, it should be done within the next 3 to 6 months.
Oh, 3 to 6 months. Okay. Now, how would you rate your motive? Well, that won't even matter, right? How would you rate your motivation to sell?
Yeah, just stay on
So,
script.
okay. So tell me, how are you currently marketing your home?
Well, I mean, we have it on the marketplace, but we just put it on Zillow for right now, and I mean, it's getting some attention for now.
Okay, so you're getting some attention. Now, tell me, what price are you asking?
We are at 550.
550. And how did you come up with that price?
Well, I mean, my husband actually has been a realtor before, so he was kind of taking a look at what, has what sold, and I think ours looks a little bit better, has a pool. So yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, so your husband was a realtor. He's no longer in the business?
No, no, not anymore.
Okay. Now tell me, are you are you positioned to adjust your price down?
Let's stop
When
right there. Let's stop right there. So let me give you the opportunity to critique yourself, Deborah. What would you like to see a little bit different?
well, first of all, I need to know the script.
Sort of.
Know the
Sort of.
script and know where to go is always a good place to start, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. There's definitely room for building a little bit of confidence is with what I would say. But where else
Mm-hmm.
besides the knowing the script?
Mm-hmm.
What else could you critique yourself on?
Um, to not say a lot. I say a lot.
Very common. The one thing that I would say when it comes time to for those of you that are umming a lot, is simply slow down. That's all you want to do. So the first thing that has this natural tendency of coming out is this because we're trying to get to that next point. So that's how we find ourselves with the ums. Let me give Deborah some critique though.
Yeah, I would say probably the confidence level, but again, that just comes from practicing, and there is that piece where you could also fake it to make it kind of thing. So
What'd you
okay,
say?
like you kind of buy yourself some space in there, and how soon are you wanting to be in your next home, and kind of just keeping it very curious, very light. I think that would help
Mm-hmm.
in case you don't know it yet. You know.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I would further on that, Deborah, is just simply going through and reading it. So like literally use your finger and just go through it. So let me give you a quick little example. So Lizette, you and I, here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Robert. I'm a local realtor with Blank Blank Realty. I'm calling about the home for sale. Am I speaking with the owner?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I have a lot of sellers in the area, and I was wondering, when you sell this home, where are you guys going to next?
Well, we just bought our new home. We're building it.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So you guys bought a new home. Are you guys here in the area?
Yeah, actually, it's on the northwest side of town.
That's very exciting. Now, how soon are you wanting to be in your, or actually, how soon are you needing to be in your next home?
Well, we're thinking about maybe within the next 6 months for sure. But
Okay.
who knows? Maybe they might be a little faster.
Oh, got it. Okay. Now, are you waiting for it to be completed, or do you guys have your own separate time frame?
Well, ideally, we would like it to just be a move in, but we're okay with moving in with family for now if we need to.
Got it. What's the scheduled completion dates that they've given you?
Should be done. Well, actually, within the next 6 months.
Very nice. Okay, so they just kind of gave you an estimate in the next 6 months. That's great. Now,
Yeah.
how would you rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably an 8.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So basically getting this home, moving into this next home. What are you guys most looking forward to in this next home?
Yeah, we just need more space. Right now this was kind of like one of our first homes, and yeah, we just kind of hopped onto it because it was such a great deal. But we're just needing more space, that's all.
Got it. So where you're currently residing, this was your first home, and now you're needing a little bit more space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So let's stop right there. Do you see with what I'm doing, Deborah?
Yes. Uh-huh.
All I'm
Yeah.
doing is reading it, but I'm trying to add, think about like when you're reading to, reading a book to a kid. You go through, you add that animation. Okay. As you're going through, the dragon was in the cave. And as it came out of the cave, it was flying and it soared over the entire valley. Like we're just, adding color to it. So what I want you to do is literally have it right there, be on the phone and just go through line by line, but just add a little bit of extra color. And as you
Okay.
continue to do it more and more and more and more and more, that's how we gain that confidence. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Okay, I appreciate you
Okay.
stepping up. I know it's not always easy to step up, but I do appreciate that. Hopefully there was an idea or 5 that you took away from that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we do have room for one more. Who else wants to go? Come on.
I'll go.
All right, let's do it, Craig. Okay, so let's go 2 minutes. Lizette, I'm going to have you go up again.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, hi, this is Craig. I'm a local realtor with Remax. I'm calling about the home for sale. Is this the owner?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I help a lot of for sale by owners in the area, and I was wondering, when you sell your home, where are you going next?
Oh, we're just building our home right now. So we're moving into our newer home.
So you're staying in the area and moving into a new home?
Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. And how soon do you need to be there?
Oh, probably within the next 6 months.
Within the next 6 months?
Hopefully sooner.
Hopefully sooner. So they give you like maybe an estimate of when they thought it would be done?
Right. Yeah. But who knows?
Okay,
Maybe.
great. And who's most excited about the move?
Well, my husband and I are. We're both excited. We just need more space.
Oh, you need more space. All right, that makes sense. Okay. And how would you rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably an 8.
An 8. Okay. So if you were to sell the home in the next 30 days, would that be a positive or maybe a con?
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean,
That'd be great. Okay.
yeah, we have it on the market right now. It'd be great. We can move in with family. Do you have somebody
Okay.
for us?
I'm sorry?
Do you have somebody for us?
Well, I don't have anyone necessarily specific because I haven't seen the home, but I do have an inventory of buyers. When would be a good time for me to stop by and take a look? Today at 4, or would 5 be better?
I mean, sure, you're free to stop by. Probably tomorrow at 5. I have a few showings.
Let's stop right there. Stop right there. Great job, Craig. All right, so let me give you the opportunity to critique yourself. What is something that you would like to have done different or better?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe talk a little slower.
Okay, I mean that's a possibility. Okay, anything else?
Not that I can think of. I was really trying to focus on some of the items within the script.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Lizette, let's give him some critique. What would you say?
Yeah, I think you did really well as far as the repeating and affirming. I felt heard. So he repeated everything. And I do think with the slowing down could have helped just a little bit because that would have allowed a little bit more conversation in between. That's probably all I would give right now.
I think the one thing I'm going to say, Craig, is that I'm going to use the words genuinely curious. And what I mean by genuinely curious, yes, we don't know these people, but the goal is to get to know them. Ideally, these random strangers on the other side of the phone, we get the opportunity, which you did a great job of, by the way, in regards to closing for at least a preview. Now you get in front of them. Now you have a face to the name. Now you have a situation. Now you have a scenario. Now you have motivation. You have deeper in regards to with what they're trying to accomplish. And when it's all said and done, that genuine curiosity is what's going to extract the information that we need so that we can go ahead and close on them. Okay, so I really want to take a minute to applaud you for especially the questions between the questions. You stuck to the script, but what I want you to do is I want you to be genuinely curious. So when you go into the direction, let me give you an example. Where are you guys moving to? Oh, you're moving into a new home. Wow, a new home. That's interesting. Tell me a little bit about this new home. What's the benefit? You asked a great question. Who between you and your husband's most excited about it? Great. That's part of that genuine curiosity. So always keep that top of mind because that genuine curiosity is going to give you the opportunity to, of course, get deeper in regards to that conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see where I get a little bit too much business-like and just focused on getting the questions as opposed to being a little bit more open and, like you said, genuinely curious.
Yeah, I think the
Thank
best.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. The best example I could probably give, let's say for an example, and I'm going to go over just by 1 minute. The best example is you go to dinner, and then the server comes up to you and goes, "Okay, can I take your order?" Okay, so all right, have you guys decided on drinks yet? No. Okay, dinner. You guys need more time? Okay, I'll be right back. Have you guys decided? No. Okay, you guys need more time? Okay, I'll be right back. And it's not that they're rude; they're just vanilla. Instead of like, okay, can I take your order? Oh, you guys haven't decided. Hey, you know what? We really have this amazing drink right now that blah, blah, blah has this, and that. Are you guys looking for possibly alcohol, or are you guys wanting just to get you started with some waters now? Waters? Gotcha. I'll be right back. Give you a couple of minutes. So that's what gives you guys that opportunity. Okay. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Same time. Let's make it happen. I'll see you guys always at the top. See you then.
Thank you.